Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between HayprO and MorroW here on Steps of War. Here we have HayprO spawning on the bottom left hand side of Steps of War as the blue Zerg player. Meanwhile, over here on the top right hand side we have MorroW spawning as the red Terran. So it is going to be red versus blue. Now a couple of you guys were asking me how they were able to change their other colors. Well, if you notice in this particular instance, there is actually an observer as well. So these look to be custom games, not ladder matches. That's how they got away from the standard red versus blue every single game. MorroW spawning as the red Terran over here, also building a supply depot on this backside. So getting a supply depot on this backhand door, we'll see how this really works. I think I have seen this replay, I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to double check and we'll go through this whole entire replay once. Hopefully I'll find some better replays, as I don't remember this particular game being that interesting. Supply depot on that backhand side, gonna go ahead and start mining once again, and then moving out an SCV in order to build more towards this front door. Taking a look at this, yeah, there is a slight delay on that barracks, so the barracks getting a little bit delayed in order to get an additional additional SCV production in terms of a standard Terran build. Coming back over here, we have a 13 or 14 spawning pool. So 13 or 14 spawning pool just tells you based upon how much supply they have before they build that spawning pool. So for instance, a 10 spawning pool would be abnormally early, an 18 spawning pool would be very late. 13 or 14 seems about right. So those are what the typical build orders are now. Drone now moving up that ramp, gonna go ahead and try to slide its way in. We'll see how this really works. Drone gonna be able to get in there and take a look around the base. Barracks and supply depot nearing completion, and now a Marine getting trained up. Orbital command already being upgraded, currently sitting at 16 food. That is a little bit of difference in the typical normal Terran build, as normally it's usually found around 15 food. SCV now trying to fight back against that drone. Marine popping out just at that right moment in order to push back that drone. So drone getting pushed out. We have an SCV now coming up into the main base of HayprO, or HayprO? Yeah, HayprO, sorry. HayprO and MorroW. And that's going to be a tongue twister later throughout the game. SCV just coming around, doing a little bit of scouting. I do not see a single Roach Warren yet, and now that SCV coming back, SCV should not, SCV running back onto that creep, and those Zerglings will be able to chase that SCV down much more quickly, and that's going to be a little bit of an issue, and down goes that SCV. So SCV getting taken down. Marines now sitting over here, 3 groups of Marines not really guarding this whole entire front door, and now Overlord's going to get shot down by those Marines. So 3 Marines going to quickly shoot down that Overlord. Overlord down to 51 hit points, 40 on all those Marines, able to quickly take it down. And we have a single SCV. SCV now attacking those Zerglings, and very nicely done, using that SCV as a little bit of a tank in order to be able to push back those Zerglings. Zerglings taking a fair amount of damage. 3 of them are already in the yellow or red. Now we have 6 Zerglings. SCV going to be coming up, perhaps acting as a tank once again. No, those Marines backing off, and that SCV just getting sent to its death. Down it's going to go. Zergling trying to catch up. SCV, there it goes. So exploding into oblivion. We have a hatchery now being put down by HayprO. So HayprO getting that hatchery. Looks to be around a 20 hatchery or a 22 hatchery in terms of trying to set up that expansion. Terran, on the other hand, also getting that expansion as well. Going to have that command center up and running momentarily. Taking a look at the harvester count, it's 19 to 18, so no one really needing that additional command center, or at least Terran not needing that command center, as he hasn't even fully saturated his main base back over here yet. So not sure why MorroW wanted to spend that 400 minerals on an additional command center. Perhaps he's going to try to go for another orbital command. Yeah, another orbital command. Perhaps try to get the economic advantage that way. Marines now coming back in. SCV now going to move out. SCV going to run into another Zergling. Zergling going to chase down that SCV. SCV trying to run back away, but another swarm of Zerglings perhaps trying to do a little bit of a juke as MorroW continues to scout with that SCV. Taking a look over here, we now have 9 Marines moving out. So those 9 Marines, if they're caught in midfield, it's going to be very, very poor play. Quick Zergling getting killed, and now we have some SCVs. So SCV trying to do an SCV rush with those Marines. So perhaps these SCVs are going to be able to take down some of this. Taking a look over here, we have an orbital command and another orbital command. So 2 orbital commands currently doing that mining, and we have those SCVs trying to run up that ramp and perhaps hold that position. Another Overlord getting taken down. So HayprO now moving around with those SCVs. SCVs now going to start trying to do that attack a little bit and trying to stop those Zerglings. Zerglings getting taken down. Now Queen now coming in to join in on that fight. Drones coming in to join in as well. MorroW trying to shoot down those Zerglings, and Zerglings quickly getting taken down. Drones now coming in to at least fire back against attack. 2 Queens now coming in order to try to really push this attack back, and now we have 12 Marines continuing the firing, taking down that one particular Overlord. Overlord now down. HayprO's currently upside down in terms of food count, trying to take down those queens, as those Marines trying to run back around that corner are going to be in a little bit of a weird positioning, as those Marines are now trying to fight back against those Zerglings. Zerglings moving very, very quickly, and now those Zerglings getting taken down. So Zerglings instead trying to make a mad rad dash for the main base of MorroW. MorroW does not have a wall in, so those Zerglings will be able to just run into that base. Marines sitting back over here trying to shoot down this hatchery, but Zerglings just going to straight run into this back of this base, and MorroW going to lose some of his barracks. No, going to go ahead and try to take down the main mineral line over here. Zerglings getting caught up a little bit, and that was a bad play, lowering that supply depot. Only 2 Zerglings were really able to engage in that fight, as those SCVs trying to fight back once again. Taking a look at this, taking a look at the income, we have 16 harvesters for MorroW against the 21 harvesters of HayprO. Taking a look back over here, we have those Marines trying to fight back, Broodlings coming out, so Zerglings and Broodlings gonna just finish off the rest of this fight here. Down goes those Marines, so those Broodlings coming back off of that hatchery, quickly taking that down. More supply depots, more bunkers being in position as well, so we'll see how this really works out. Zerglings are going to have to try to run around this command center in order to deal any damage. Marines now just sitting back over here taking a vacation, as those Zerglings getting a couple, 1 or 2 SCV kills, but looks like 2 SCV kills looking at the drill count on the ground. Zerglings trying to run away once again, able to escape. Single Overlord now just doing some more scouting, as we have Zerglings hiding in the brush over here, and those Zerglings going to come back again, start taking down some more SCVs. SCV getting taken down again, and now those Marines trying to come back around. Bunker is not being occupied, so 2 bunkers not really being occupied, and now once again jumping back into there. Marines now trying to push back out. Large number of Zerglings. Do we have a Baneling nest now? Baneling nest now trying to be, or now being morphed in from that drone. Halfway completed, 3/4 of the way completed, so we'll start having some Banelings starting to pop back in. Zerglings now trying to run in some more. Marines trying to pop back out, able to get in 2 more Zergling kills by those Marines. Fair number of Marines. Taking a look at the army sizes, MorroW sitting on a very, very large army size compared to HayprO, but HayprO now getting some Banelings, Baneling cocoons, so 17 Baneling cocoons currently underway. Zerg cocoons as well. Taking a look over here, Banelings probably in the middle of that map. Yeah, Banelings sitting over here. So we have a fair number of Banelings moving out, and Zerglings going to be trying to test this front door, trying to see how far they can really get in. Those bunkers are a little bit far away, so those Zerglings will be able to hug this ridge and perhaps get into this backside before those before those Marines start firing. So all of these SCVs are still fairly vulnerable. A bunker right in this position probably would have worked a little bit better. And now here we have a couple of those units running out. Zerglings now trying to come in, trying to do a little bit of a juke around, trying to go after a couple of those units. And now just Banelings coming in, dealing a lot of damage, taking a lot of those bunkers. So bunkers now taken down, and MorroW just dealing a lot of damage towards this whole entire main base. Taking a look at the worker income, 24 harvesters versus 19. Taking a look back at the army sizes, MorroW still sitting at a fairly sizable army, very, very large army, getting a couple Marauders out there as well. SCV is going to go ahead and move around, try to get these bunkers positioned back on this high ramp in order to offer a little bit more protection. More Banelings coming in, Zerglings coming in as well, so more Banelings being warped in. Still no layer tech yet, yeah, no layer tech. And no, that means no roaches, or sorry, no Hydralisks, no Hydralisks and no Mutalisks. Queens have plenty of energy. Don't know why they're not spawning creep tumors around the map so that one queen can walk back and forth fairly easily. Single Zergling or double Zergling running in, getting killed, but it looks like it got that kill on that bunker, or sorry, not that on the bunker, but on the SCV on that bunker. Nice micromanagement there. Only low hit point Marines jumping into that bunker. Coming back over here, we have a couple Zerglings and a couple Banelings morphing in, gathering off into that center of the ramp. But HayprO not really doing all too much. He keeps on suiciding his units without really dealing that much damage. A single Marauder in there as well, so a single Marauder joining in on this fray. The Marauders are going to be a good counter towards those Banelings, as those Banelings are going to get choked up. Supply depot and another bunker being positioned. So very, very Terran-like or Terran Turtle-like over here on this front door. Still do not see any siege tanks. We have quadruple barracks, double reactor core, or triple reactor core, single tech lab. Still no ghost facility. We do in fact have engineering bays researching that 1-1 upgrades. Zergling's now trying to come in, and Zergling's trying to deal damage towards this, and HayprO says GG, and wow, that was a very anticlimactic finish. Thank you guys for watching this. I know that wasn't the best game. And yeah, these were all part of the ESL invites. And really just not much to really talk about here. No great use of micro. Mass Marines and Marauders against Zerglings and Banelings. Didn't even tech to tier 2. Didn't go Roaches. Didn't go Mutalisk. Just all sorts of misplay coming in from both players. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.